In this video, I'm going to explain graphing linear equations. Looking at a coordinate system, a linear equation is a straight line. So it would be something like this, 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 and so on. One straight line. A linear equation does not have curves in it at all. But let's look at how to do it. We've focused so far on graphing individual points. Say that I give you the value 1, 2. We know how to go over 1 in the x direction and 2 in the y direction to graph that point. But today we're going to work on graphing an actual equation. So the equation I'm going to give you to start is y equals 2x plus 1. So we're going to use a t-table to help us solve this. Basically what we need to do is put in values of x and then solve for y. So let's say that we want to have x be 0. So we're plugging this 0 in for this x in the equation. So now we're going to have that y equals 2 times 0, because that's what we plugged in, plus 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is just 1. So our point is 0, 1, and we can plot that. So we're going to go 0 in the x direction and 1 in the y direction. So we'll be right there. Now, let's plug in a 1 for x. So now it's going to be 2 times 1, because remember we're changing this x value, plus 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 will be 3. So now we're going to plot the point 1, 3. So 1 in the x direction and 3 in the y direction. So right there. All you need is 2 points to make a line. So this line is now our linear equation that we graphed. Most of the time I like to double check to make sure I've drawn my line right. Let's do x as 2. So then y is going to be 2 times 2 plus 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So now we're going to be at the point 2, 5. So go over 2 in the x and up 5 in the y. And yes, our point falls on our line. Again, the steps. First, pick reasonable x values and solve for y. And what I mean by reasonable is if you're using small numbers like 2 and 1, don't pick x to be 100 or 50 or 33. And then solve for y, which is what we did over here in our right side of our column. Use a t-table for help. This is a t-table. Then plot the coordinate points and connect with a line. And the reason we connect these with a line is because since we're using an equation, there's many points within the points that we plotted. For example, let's look at point 5. If we were to plug 0.5 in for x, we would get that 2 times 0.5 plus 1 would equal 2. And as you can see, when we graph 0.52, we're going over half and up 2. That falls on the line, but it's in between these points. So now when you graph the line, it's going to cover all those points in between the points you initially plotted. Let's look at one more example to grasp the concept. Y equals negative 1x plus 2. So we're going to start by plugging in points for x. So we're going to plug in 0 to start. I always like to start with 0 because I think 0 is an easy one to solve for. So we're going to have negative 1 times 0 plus 2. Negative 1 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is going to give us 2. So we're going to plot 0, 2. So starting with 0 and then going up 2. Next, let's try 1. Plugging 1 in for x, we're going to get that negative 1 times 1 plus 2 is going to give us a negative 1 plus 2, which is just 1. So now we're at the point 1, 1. 1 in the x, 1 in the y. Now at this moment we have 2 points, so we can graph our line. And this is what it looks like when we graph the linear equation of y equals negative 1x plus 2. Let's double check real quick. So let's plug in a 2 as our next point. So now we're going to get negative 1 times 2 plus 2. Negative 1 times 2 is a negative 2, and a negative 2 plus 2 is going to give us 0. So now we're at the point 2, 0. And yes, 2, 0 falls on the line.